What's the YouTube day here for several games? We're here with Joe again, and he's bringing an updated Cyberse deck profile. As you can see before you, he has got Encode Talker, Link Spider, Trigate, Firewall, Binary, Proxy, and Honeybot. So they're definitely co-linked, without a doubt. This is not an end board that you would 9 times out of 10 get.
Nope.
Unless your opponent is playing old school Yugi, where it's just normal summon, set, or pass. But Joe, take us through the deck profile.
So let's put all of this away, but yeah. So the deck has changed a lot through some good advice from videos I've seen on YouTube, and so without further ado, start with the monsters. 3 Balancer Lords. He's your you could say Seraphonite of the deck. You pay 1,000 life points, you can normal summon a Cyberse monster in addition to a normal summon this turn. And if he's banished by any means, no matter where he is, you can special summon 1 level 4 or a Cyberse from your hand. We have many ways to banish this guy, so we can abuse that free special summon when we want to. 3 Draconet. I'll never play less than 3 of this card, unless until we get the next structure, Cyberse structure deck. Where we get some like Cyberse B, which we can search a level 3 monster from our deck. But on normal summon, it gets you a normal level 2 or level normal from your hand or deck. So our targets are 2 Digitrons and 1 Beatron. I've gone for this ratio purely for the basis I don't want to clog with these guys, even though you really can't because you can just normal and Link Spider them. But I still don't want to be drawing into these guys. I'd rather draw into my effect monsters where I can have an effect to use over these guys. And the reason I've gone for this ratio is this is a 15 beat stick, whereas this is 2k defender. But the ratios are completely up to you. You could even play 2 and 2. I've seen that and it's quite good. This is the weird one. This is one I literally took from, I think, DPG's video. I think that's how you pronounce his channel. So shout outs to him. He really helped me with this build, with his own build. 2 backup securities and 1 infra link. I put this to this ratio, and the ratio has been doing really nicely for me. So with backup securities, as long as you control Cyberse, you can special summon from your hand. You can only do this once per turn. Whereas link infra flyer, you need to have a link monster that has a link marker free for you to special summon it to the field. Both easy special summons, don't get me wrong, especially backup security, but lowering it to this is meaning I'm not dead drawing into them as much, and I'm only getting them when I want to, searching them when I want to. Next I have 2 Rams and 2 Woms. This ratio has been doing nicely again for me as well. They're both 1800 beat sticks. Rom Clouder, normal summon, you can add a Cyberse from your graveyard to your hand, and when it's destroyed you can special summon 1 from your deck. So it's a good little float. If you have to, you can just set it. If it gets killed, you get a free Cyberse. Ram Clouder, as he said, this guy can bring back your extra decks, including things like Firewall Dragon. As long as you just tribute a monster, no matter what it is, it could even be a token, one of your normal monsters, you can just tribute a monster, special summon your Cyberse from your graveyard. As long as you have 1 in your graveyard. The combo that he said as well, that as long as you have a Cyberse in your graveyard, you can tribute a Firewall, get back that Firewall and use his effects again. So that's a nice little ruling for you guys, and a nice little combo you can play. Play 2 Link Slayers and 2 Boot Staggers. Same ratios to him. Link Slayers because it's the easier one to summon. As long as you just control nothing, it's a free special summon, and it helps get rid of back row that's struggling. Boot Stagger, you have some normal Cyberse, but you can special summon it, and if he does damage, you get a token. So you still want to play 2. You still want to play it at the very least. You can even play 3 if you wanted to. I played 3, it was alright for me, but I had to make room for other cards in the deck. But they're just 3 big special summons that you can just get off, including this guy, which I wasn't playing my original build, which is Dual Assemblum, but after testing him out, he's just really, really useful. So long as, whether it's in the hand or grave, you can just banish 2 Cyberse from your grave, or your hand, I think, and then you can special summon him. His attack and defense get half, and then the rest of the effect is kind of like obsolete. Really, he's just there as a nice little easy monster to special summon to the field and make more link plays, and also trigger things off like your balance or by banishing him. You can special summon a Cyberse from hand. Next side for the one-offs, I play 1 Stack Reviver, 1 Dot Scaper, 1 Go Through, and a Maxi. Maxi is obvious, Go Through is also obvious when you're playing a link deck. Go Through is really nice at 1. Stack Reviver is something I see a few people play, but I just really like it. If it's used for link summon, you can get back one of the other Cyberse you used. And Dot Scaper, if he's sent to graveyard, you can special summon it. If he's banished, you can special summon it. You can only play one of each effects per turn and only once per duel. So, just a really nice free monster to get off. So those are the monsters, spells and traps now. Best spell in the deck, which is Signet Backdoor. Banish the Cyberse, add a Cyberse from your hand whose attack is less than the original attack of the monster you've added, that you banished, and then it comes back on the next turn and it's able to attack directly. So you can banish strong things like Firewall Dragon, get anything really from your deck except all Assembler, and then Firewall can attack directly next turn. Though mostly I banish things like in my first turn Honeybot, because Honeybot's a 19, so you can search out all your important level 4 Cyberse in your deck. And then Honeybot can come back on your next turn to the main monster zone, where she's a bit more useful to you. Play 2 Gold Sarks, you can up this to 3 if you want, but it's a nice little searcher. As well as getting a free special summon off the Balancer Lord, you banish Balancer Lord of the Gold Sark, Balancer Lord gets you a free summon from your hand, and on your second turn, Balancer Lord is added to your hand and you can use his effects to get you additional normal. So Gold Sark is pretty much a rotor, you could say. 2 Scapegoats, you can bump this up to 3, which I'll also mention 2 one-time passcodes. You can drop 1 time to 1, put Scapegoat to 3. You can mix around with these ratios. They all do the same thing, which just gives you tokens to useful link summons, whereas one-time passcode is a bit more useful in a way. It only gives you 1, but that one's the Cyberse type, so for your conditional links, which need Cyberse monsters, one-time passcode is really helpful for you. As well as can play one-time passcode, normal your Ram Claudia, and then you can tribute that token and get back a Firewall, which is just stupid. One reasoning, this is something I've been taking in a few decks lately, including the Rocket Gokis, so for all you fans out there that deck and are playing it, I'm playing this in it. In a deck like this where the levels are all over the place, you've got 4s, 1s, 5s, 2s, 3s, all over the place. Reasoning is just a free summon for you in times like that. And it's even stupid if you hit something like the Dual Assembler, where you now got a 2800 beat stick for nothing, just off of reasoning. So then the second effect can be quite more useful. But again, literally just as it is, your opponent declares a level, you excavate the top, you mill the top cards of your deck until you get to a monster that can be summoned. If it's at level, send to graveyard, if not, you get it summoned. So reasoning is just really strong. Then I play 2 Shuffle Reborns in the Dark Hole. Shuffle Reborn is if your field's empty, get back a monster. So if it's negated and it's sent to the graveyard or banished or something, but you're literally just going to get back a monster, use it for a link. You can even get back your links and use them for a higher link, which is really strong. And Dark Hole can be Rigeki, just for board wipes. And to round out the main deck, I play 1 Warning because it's Warning, and 1 Recoded Alive just because it's really handy to me and it's just coming really clutch. Swap out one of my link 3s for a code talker that I need at that moment, mostly getting encode, and then clear the extra zone, banish the Recoded Alive, and then I can get back that monster I banished. So really, really useful trap. Then your extra deck that I've just literally been showing throughout this whole video. 2 Firewalls. This is a very Yusuku extra deck from the new series. So 2 Firewalls, it's your beat stick, it's your boss monster, it's really expensive. But it does everything for you, it gets your resources back, removes problematic threats, it's just really, really strong. 2 Decode Talkers, one of the easiest things you can go into. Decode Talker. You could say it's your second boss monster, just because it's going to be the thing that gets to the highest attack points when you have monsters pointing to it. 2 encode talkers. I play like a nice ratio of 2 and 2 to shuffle around with my recoded alive. But encode talker also helps you get over really problematic threats that are above the 2-5 range for your firewall. Just makes your monsters beefy. 1 Trigate Wizard for the negations and the removals, 1 Gaia Saber for the easy summons. And for the Link 2s, which we have a lot of one-offs, Proxy Dragon, Binary Sorceress, Honeybot, and Link Bumper. I am tempted to swap the Link Bumper for a second Proxy Dragon, and it's something I would probably recommend to all of you out there. But for the moment, I just wanted to play 1 of each just to see what I'm going into the most. But yeah, they all have their own uses. Honeybot's the one I go into the most just because she combos well with Signet Backdoor to literally search the important things in my deck. And to round up the extra deck, I play 3 Link Spires. This is the thing you're going to go in every game. It's your first Link that you really go into from all of your tokens, all of your normals. And just a nice little point down, it's all you need sometimes. But that's the deck, people. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helps you with all of your Cyberse decks. I am constantly working on this, and with every new set we get new Cyberse cards, and so I'm always trying to fit them into the deck and see how they work.
Cool. So obviously this will be ever changing. This is the new, obviously, Good Guys kind of deck, and it will always be changing and adapting and moving around. So I hope this kind of gives you an idea, like Joe said, to kind of help build your own, move it around, change it around, and see how it does. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Until next time, guys, as always,
Happy Dueling!
If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left hand corner.